Today, we are going to visit a mysterious place near Bhopal. This is in Raisen district. And we are going to visit a fort today, which is considered to be a haunted fort. And they believe that there is a gem, or there was a gem inside this fort, which was thrown into the pond, which is in the fort. And that pond is believed to be quite mysterious. And it is also said that people believe that with that gem you can achieve whatever you want. And many a times this particular fort has been attacked for getting that particular gem. Now we are going to visit that particular fort. Right now I'm sitting in the car. I don't see any public buses plying to this place. If you want to reach this place, you need to have a private vehicle, maybe a car or maybe a two-wheeler. Anything is fine. And moreover, if you love trekking, this is a very good place for trekking because this fort is on a mountain. And this is a place which is rarely visited, and many people have not seen this fort because they believe that very crazy things happen inside this fort and people become mentally imbalanced when they come to this fort. And due to this reason, many people don't visit this place. And due to this reason, it has got a very bad reputation. However, I went to the fort, I didn't find any such things happening there. But still, at certain places, I was overwhelmed by the beauty of that fort, how it could have been long time back. I had all these thoughts in my mind. But inside the fort, there are so many things which you need to see. The fort was so big that it took nearly 2 to 3 hours for me to visit these places. Now we are going to park our car and then I'm going to climb the steps. Now I'm climbing the steps and you can see on both sides you have trees with beautiful flowers. You can see that the steps are quite steep indeed, but however they've been flattened to a certain extent. Even climbing this was not that easy. And for people who are old, this may be very difficult. But there are so many beautiful things which I could see here. Being a dry season, the trees were not that greenish, but still greenery was there. Now I'm going to climb this, and before reaching the main fort, in between you can see some places where you can rest actually. There are kind of fort-like, mini fort-like structures where you can sit and relax yourself. However, getting water is very difficult in this place. You have a small canteen on the top of the fort, and even there are very limited items. So it's better to carry a water bottle with you, maybe 1 or 2 liters or maybe even more than that. Because I went during a summertime, so it was quite dry. And I was feeling very thirsty, but I did carry some water with me so I could save myself, and you can have some biscuits or snacks if you want to, because climbing these stairs will make you tired, and particularly during a summertime. Place you can take a cab from Bhopal and you can reach this place, or else they say there is a bus station in Raisen, but I have not seen it. They say so. You can go to that bus station. From there you can take a cab and then reach this place. But many don't prefer to come to this place actually. The main reason being it is a high altitude place, and if you are a trekker, you'll really love this place. It will be heaven to you. And inside they got gates, and there they recommend not to go to this fort after 5 o'clock because they believe that spirits roam in this place. I don't know whether it is true or not, but I was there till say around 4:30 or 5 maybe at the most. Then I had to come down because once it becomes dark, it's difficult to go to this place and come back from this place. And they got gates which they close, I believe, after a particular time. And certain people do stay inside the fort. I've seen them, but I'm not sure whether they stay after 5 o'clock. Some people stay there, and it seems like after 5 o'clock they leave that place. And inside this particular fort, there are so many beautiful structures which you can see. And from here you can see a beautiful view of the farm, and this is the top view. Now I'm entering this place, and you can see many tomb like structures. This is actually where the gods stay and save this fort from the enemies. When I came to know the history of this place, I was really shocked because there were three jauhars. Jauhars is actually mass self-immolation by women. The first one, or the first jauhar, was led by Rani Chanderi. When Mughal were trying to capture these places and women inside this fort, they actually self-immolate themselves. And the second one was again in 1532 under the guidance of Rani Durgavati. And the third one was in 1543 led by Rani Ratnavali. So when I came to know this, I was really shocked. It is a popular belief amongst the people in this village that the Rani, who had self-immolated herself, roam as ghost in these places after 5 o'clock. They believe so. And there were so many women who self-immolated themselves in this particular fort. I didn't know this when I went to this fort, but I was really shocked and surprised when I came to know about this when I climbed down from this fort. But the fort is very beautifully constructed. The stairs you can see. And this is a place where you want to rest. If you want, you can rest here. And this seems to be kind of checkpoints for people who try to enter into this fort. And this is a place where you can sit if you want to rest. They've got two places. If you want, you can sit and relax yourself. You can have some food if you want to. You can sit there. But now it is under the control of archaeological department. And the entire fort is made of stones. You can see the stones laid here and there. And the steps were actually made using stones. Now we are going to travel to that structure what you see there. That seems to be the entry point of this particular fort. Let us go and see like what are the things which are there in this particular entry point. This is quite steep, but when you try to climb on these stairs, please ensure that you have a shoe which is having a grip, good grip. Maybe a trekking shoe or something like that should be fine. And it does take time for you to climb this. At least for climbing, you should take around 1 hour. If you are a good climber, maybe the time may get reduced. And the quite surprising thing is that you can see trees everywhere. You can see trees on both sides of these steps. The place was bone dry, but still trees were surviving in this high altitude mountains. And you can see the structure is still maintained intact. And these fort-like structures are made absolutely out of stone. You can have an aerial view from here. It's really beautiful. You can see ponds, lakes, and other places where they form. You can see also fields. And now we are going to enter into this particular structure. You can see window-like structures. Please avoid climbing during afternoons. Try to go early in the morning so that it's easy for you when you climb down. The structures are really beautiful, I'll say. You can see that. And here one more thing I wanted to say is many of the places have bats. I am just seeing if there is a place to climb this place. There are any steps to reach the upper portion. It's a 11th century old fort. I'll see if there is any steps. I'll try to climb this place, just searching for steps. I don't see any steps here. Let me see if there is any steps on the other side. I think we'll have steps here. Let me see. Yes, we do have steps here. I'll try to climb and show you the upper portion of this place as well. This is the upper portion of that particular structure what I showed you. You can see it's a very beautiful place, and you'll have a very good view from here. All these are absolutely stone structures, and this is how it looks, the other side. Really, I don't understand the purpose of this particular place, but I hope, or I presume that it could be a place where gods stay and protect this fort, maybe. So now let us climb down. These steps are really narrow, and you need to be really careful when you climb these steps or when you climb down these steps. Very high steps. So from this I could presume that the people in the 11th century or maybe in 12th century were hefty people, and they were really tall, I believe. So that's the reason they might have made steps like this. And here also, if you want, you can sit and relax. Now let us climb further and see what is there in reserve for us. One good thing is they have flattened these steps so that you don't get tired quickly. Now I reached say the midpoint of this particular path, and here you can see that electric posts are there from where they get current to this particular port. And after this I don't see any steps. It's kind of a flattened place. I'll show you a beautiful view from the top of this mini fort like structure. You need to be really careful because these places were kind of slippery. I'll show you. It's quite risky, but I'll try to show you the beautiful view. You can see how green it is on the other side, and this is how it looks. Now you have to climb further. This is actually a high altitude place. So if you have any problem climbing or going to high altitude places, please do avoid this place. And if you are used to these kinds of places, you can very well go there. And even you see a tower for cell phone signals, I believe, but it was very difficult to get signal here. So in case of emergency, you won't be in a position to contact people if the signal is not fine. The signal is kind of breaking there frequently. And you can see the trees with red color flowers. I don't know what species they belong to, but it looks good. But imagine in a high mountain like this, the trees are surviving with scanty water or very little water. That is quite surprising to see. Now you can see the steps are kind of steep and the steps are small compared to what it was prior. Now I find it difficult to climb these stairs because they are becoming steep little by little. I think I should reach the top too soon. And here also, these steps are absolutely made of stones which are available in the mountains. Now I see there is a flattened structure. You can see this. There are no steps now. And from here, I hope it will be a normal walk. But still, it is in an inclined position. And you don't find any shelter here except for the shade from the trees. I hope almost I've reached the place. Let me see like what is there. I believe there are big lights there. You can see them. Maybe it's solar, I believe. I have to walk further more now to reach the fort. But now there are no steps. To that extent, it's fine. Still, it is inclined. Let me walk further and see like what is there. I thank you for the great support you have been rendering all these days. If you're watching this video, please do subscribe and watch this video. Your support is really appreciated.